Do you think that transsexuality is a natural state and should it be accepted?
Personally, no, I don't believe it should be a matter of. What do you mean by accepted? Like, should we tell people what to do? Not necessarily. If you're a grown up, you can do whatever you want. But if it comes to the kids, our kids should have better education when it comes to the subject.
Okay, so you think that kids need to have education instead of saying, "No, Billy, you're a boy, you're not a girl. Shut up and go to your room."
Sorry, what?
So you think that kids should have more education other than, "No, Billy, you're not a girl, you are a boy. Shut up and go to your room."
Right. Because you can tell somebody no, but unless you tell them why not and specify what the steps of how it works, what you're doing, why are you misunderstanding this thing, then they're unlikely to move on from the subject.
Okay, so you're saying that unless you explain, they're less likely to move on from feeling that way or move on from the subject. That's understandable. I think you can explain a ton of things to kids. Just like sometimes you have to explain to kids that Santa Claus isn't real, the Tooth Fairy isn't real, and that, the earth is round and it's not flat. And, you always have to explain things to kids. I have kids and they have so many questions like, "Daddy, why is the water hot?" Nigga, that's a hard question. Nigga, we got a hot water thing down there that heats the water. So what I'm saying is, it's not that complex. So here's some piece of advice on what I would give you in getting into the realms of transsexuality. If you think that it's not something that's natural, right? Then it isn't anything to be promoted. A book would be promoting something that's unnatural, right? So we know that this is an unnatural state. It shouldn't be promoted. We should be aware. And I think that there is already enough awareness that it is unnatural. And there is already a lot of promotion trying to promote it to say that it's acceptable and we should accept it in society, which I think that is nonsense. So I think that if you're a good man and you want to have a good cause, you should go the route of making a book against it, against why, since you know it's unnatural, you should make a book against why it's unnatural and the harm that it does to children when people lie and the harm that it does to society when it's promoted. I truly think that'd be a better book, but you do your own stuff, man. But listen, to be honest, that's not anything that I would help market, right? That's not anything that I would help market. So don't click the link in the bio because I'm not going to help you with any strategies to market that book. That book is of the devil. So yeah, man, I would say that you have to put your ideologies to test. Yeah. First. Yeah. That's the first thing you have to do. So you got some ideologies, you calling in, but you're going past it. Like you was talking about marketing, but we can speak about your ideologies and have a full debate on that. You got to put that to test. It will not stand this test here. You will fail this test. Okay.
Sounds good.
But other than that, man, you feel free to call back at another time. I know you driving, the lights is off in your car, but if you want to have a true debate and put your ideologies to test on this subject matter, I'll welcome you on. Okay?
I love to.
All right, brother. Have a blessed one.
Thanks so much.
We got Scam Chan. Welcome to Nofugazee Podcast. State your name. Where you from?
Scam Chan. I'm from Belleville, Illinois.
All right. What's up? Talk to me. You here to debate?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What you got for me?
I keep hearing you mentioning that God is beyond space and time and all that. I would like to understand, how can anything exist beyond space and time and interact with reality?
Okay. How can anything exist outside of time, space, and matter and interact with reality?
That's right.
Okay. Well, let me ask you, are you conscious?
I'm in reality.
Are you conscious?
Yeah, I'm conscious.
Okay.
I'm in the same reality.
Wait. Time out. Does your conscious interact with time, space, and matter?
My body does.
No. That's not the question.
My body does.
Does your body is the shell to hold the consciousness. So I would say
there's no such thing as a conscious without a body.
Let me finish. I would say that your body is the shell that holds the consciousness. So already from the door, consciousness is not bound by time, space, or matter, right? It's not bound by time, space, or matter. So with that being said, the only reason why we know that we are conscious right now is because we have this shell that embodies, that holds and stores consciousness, right? So that answers your question. Your question was, well, how do we know that if there's a God that's outside of time, space, and matter that can interact with time, space, and matter? You conscious, you're doing it right now, my nigga. God dang. End the debate.
No, we got to go further than that.
Okay, chat, that was
good,
chat.
It's almost like you're deflecting.
That's not a deflect.
You're deflecting answering the question, though.
Okay, so let's get deeper. Go ahead.
Because you claim that there's a being that exists outside of time and space and matter. So how do you do anything in time or space outside of it?
How do you do anything in time or space outside of it?
Right.
Okay. Good question.
Because my body, my physical body and conscious is in this reality. I'm not outside of it.
Got it. I think I just answered that question already, but I got a better question for you to think about, right? Where did consciousness come from? You think that consciousness came from matter, space, or time? Like, think about it. Your consciousness, you don't know where it came from. We don't know where it came from. You can't measure it. You can't do anything. So time, space, and matter, we can't measure it. Time, space, and matter is all, it's things that all has to come together at the same time in order for it to be measured, right? So therefore, you can't, like, think about it. You can't have, space without time or without matter, and you can't have matter without time or any space. So these are things that had to come together simultaneously at once. Now, your conscious is not, your conscious is the thing that is that's bound by matter, meaning your shell, the human being, right? So my question for you is, then where did consciousness come from?
Where did it come from?
Yeah, where consciousness come from?
It's okay to say that I don't know.
But think about it. Stop right there, Scam Chin. Think about it. You just answered your question right there.
No, I didn't.
Let me just give it to you, bro. You did.
No,
all right, let me finish.
By me saying I don't know, that does not.
Let me put it together for you, man. Let me put it together for you, right? So you just said that. Well, where does consciousness come from? You don't know where consciousness came from. So it had, listen. It had to come from a place, a source that wasn't bound by time, space, or matter. Game over, bro. That's checkmate.
No, I don't think so. It's like rather than giving an answer, you're trying to place an answer on it.
I'm not placing the answer on it. I literally answered your question, man.
Remember the question that I asked. I said, how can anything outside of time, space, and matter interact with our reality?
The same way your consciousness does. The same way your consciousness does.
Okay.
That's the answer to your question. You said how. I just explained it to you. How is the same way your consciousness does. Now, the truth is, we don't know.
My consciousness does not make my reality.
Bro.
Then I'm in.
Well, how doesn't it? How doesn't it make your reality? So what? That don't make sense.
You're trying to tell me all I have to do is think of something to make it real?
No. What? No, man. I said that. You said that my consciousness doesn't. No, listen. One mic at a time. You said that my consciousness doesn't make things reality. Well, no. You said my consciousness doesn't make things my reality. That's what you said. Yes, your consciousness does make things your reality because you can't observe the physical world without being conscious. So your question again was, well, how can something that is not bound by time, space, or matter affect the physical world? The answer is the same way your consciousness does. If you're unconscious, you can't affect the physical world. You wouldn't even be able to observe it. So I'm telling you that if you can admit that you have consciousness, which you know you do, God is not bound by time, space, or matter, which he can affect the physical world. That's the answer, bro. It's not that hard.
So he exists outside of
time, space, or matter. Yeah.
He's a conscious being existing without a body outside of time and space.
Yes, because it's God. Nigga, we not God.
Right.
If we could, we would be God. And I would actually say this. Our consciousness itself doesn't, but our spirit, I mean, that does exist without, that's not bound by time, space, or matter. So I would say from that standpoint, but that's a different type of conversation. But anyways, man, good question.
Into a spirit, and you haven't even defined
what
God is or what God can do outside of time and space. You keep pointing to consciousness. I haven't seen any.
That was an example.
Without a body. I have never seen any consciousness without a body or a mind.
Okay, so explain emotions, bro.
Emotions exist outside of a body.
But what are you? I'm saying explain emotions.
Exist outside of a body.
No, what emotions does? Emotions
outside of a body.
I don't look. Time out. Listen, I don't know your emotions. I only know you have emotions, but I don't know your emotions. I only know that you are emotional if you act on your emotions. So that is something that exists outside of the physical, meaning that it's in here, it's in the conscious, it's not actually physical yet. So yeah, bro, like I could break it down many different ways.
In here.
So you atheist, you don't believe in God?
I don't see one. I don't see one interacting with reality at all.
So you only believe so you're atheist. You don't believe that there is a God. So you believe that we came from nothing.
I didn't say we came from nothing. I just said I don't see a God interacting with reality that we all observe.
All right. Well, you don't see air. You don't see air, but you breathe and you live in.
I'm not the one making a claim that a God is everywhere either. So
okay, but I'm going off of what you said. You said that the reason why you don't believe in God because you don't see it. I'm telling you that, nigga, you don't see a lot of things. You don't see all the microorganisms that's living on your skin and diseases and bacteria. You don't see it. But if we look through a microscope,
I'm not the one making a claim that a God exists without the evidence of one existing.
Listen,
if that's the $1 million question, if anybody could put forth that there is a God and prove that that God exists, is doing anything in this reality, they can go ahead and collect their Nobel Prize for that.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So you want physical proof, meaning that you need to see, touch, taste, hear.
No, I don't need to see, touch, or anything. I just want it testable and prove.
You want to test it? I think it has already been tested scientifically, man.
You got all these religions that have all these different gods. It should just be one. Why are there many?
That's the problem with perception.
How do we test which one is real and which one is fake? What's the test for that? Because I'm not going to go and tell somebody that God is a conscious being and then say, well, I'm going to pray to this God for something to happen. Billions of people are praying every day for something to happen.
Okay. I got some questions for you, Scam Chan. Give me 1 second. Modit, You could go ahead and contact me via if you look at the links in the description on this channel here, you can contact me there, and you can. I got the Instagram there. I got the email there. You can contact me anyway with using those sources in the YouTube description. That's how you get in contact with me. All right, man. So Scam Chan, so you're atheist. You don't believe that there is a God. You would only believe that there is a God if you can observe it. So you need some actual physical proof. So my question would be for you then, where do you believe life started from?
Like all life?
Yeah, how did life start? You still believe in Big Bang Theory? That's already been, disproven.
I don't know if
you believe in evolution. That's been disproven too.
No, evolution. We observe evolution all the time.
No, we observe things evolve
all the time.
We observe things evolve. We don't actually observe the theory of evolution.
We don't.
We've never observed it. They say it's hundreds of thousands of years ago. How did we ever observe a sea animal, then come to a land animal, then come to a chimpanzee, and now we're a human being with consciousness and everything? So no, we've never observed evolution either. So think about it. You're believing in something currently right now that you haven't even observed.
Guess next you're gonna tell me the Earth is flat.
No, I don't believe that the Earth is flat.
And the Earth is 6,000 years old, and all this other stuff. Evolution hasn't been debunked.
Listen, man.
And to top it all off, how do we get to you're placing a God in front of all of that, and when we can't even actually, how do you get to say there is one without proving there is one? How do you know you even have the right God if you can't even prove it exists?
Prove that it ain't one.
I don't have to prove. I'm not making a claim that there is one.
Okay, so
you're making a claim that there is one. I don't have to prove. I'm telling you, I don't have proof that there is one. You're claiming that there is one. Why is it so hard for anybody to prove that there is
got
one?
it. But you are making a claim that
you
got
think
it.
You got the right
it's
one.
the same thing, man. Listen, Scam Chan.
Got the right God.
Yeah, one mic at a time, right? It's the same thing. I'm making a claim that it is one, and you're making a claim that there isn't one. I can say the same thing to you. Well, prove to me that there isn't one and that we came from nothing. Like, okay, where do you think we came from?
I know that no invisible being breathed into some dirt and brought it to life. I don't believe in that. Show me where that happens.
Okay, man. You may not believe in the Bible. We're not speaking anything biblically. We just speaking about God, a higher being, right? The supreme being. We're not speaking about Jesus. We're not speaking about any type of religions. We're speaking in general about the Almighty God, right? That you don't believe in. So my question for you is, then my belief is God created everything. God created time, space, and matter because he's not bound by time, space, and matter. So he created it. Your belief is that, well, no, God didn't create time, space, or matter. So my question for you is, then where did we come from? Where did time, space, and matter come from?
It didn't have to come from anywhere if it already existed.
These are things that we observe. So you're telling me that time, space, and matter came from nothing?
I didn't say it came from nothing. Just like you're trying.
Okay, well, think about this.
No,
think about it. You can't have time without space and matter, because think about it. There's matter. We got my microphone. This is matter. We got the water bottle. This is matter. In between, to get to one distance from another distance would be time, right? And then, well, in between here would be space. That's what space is. This is space. So matter. This is space. In order to get to these distances, what we can measure, this would be the calculation of time, right? So in order for these three things have to come together at once. So the space that the matter is around has to come together at the same time the matter is there, which creates time, what we can observe and what we can measure. So you're telling me that, well, I don't know how we got time, space, and matter. I'm telling you that, Brett, it had to come from somewhere. And I believe that God created time, space, and matter.
It's okay to say you don't know. But you want to put God on top. You want to put your God on top of all that.
I think that it's better to say that it came from nothing, because how can you get nothing? How can you get something from nothing? Answer that question. How can you get something from nothing?
Where is everybody trying to say that nothing came from when there was always something?
How can there always be something?
There was always something.
So it was okay.
We don't want to add God to that without proving that there was one. That's
okay. If so, let's just bring it all the way back. Let's just go with this, bro. And then I'm gonna get to the next caller. If there was something, then my question is, where did the first something come from?
Who created God?
No. Listen. That ain't don't answer my question with another question, real quick.
You're putting God on top of everything.
No.
Else, so God
Listen, bro. Listen. Answer the question, right? You're saying that there has always been something. So if we have a superpower, hypothetically, if we have a superpower and you can look all the way back at all the somethings, like something had to come from something. So I'm asking you, where did that first something come from? Are you saying that it had to come from something? Well, then where did that something come from? Did it come from nothing?
I didn't say the something came from nothing. I'm saying the something was always there.
But if the something was always there, then it had to be something. Then what brought the something there?
Okay,
bro, you speaking nonsense. And any type of
if your God was always there, then he should be here right now.
But we're speaking about time, space, and matter, which is things that we can observe. The God that I believe in isn't bound by time, space, or matter. So this is an entity that created the something. You don't believe in an entity that created the something that you believe in. You just believe in the something. Take it a step back further. What's the entity that created that something that you can observe?
It didn't have to be created if it was already there.
So if it was already there,
you're just adding.
If it was already there, listen, who put it there? If it was already there,
nobody had to put it there if it was already there.
Listen, man. All right,
you're adding without proof. You're adding without proof. That's what I've been asking.
Bro, you believe that's... Listen, I'm going to tell you this. You actually believe in God because you believe that something came from something and that something was always there. That's more magical than anything. You believe in God, bro. You believe in a something. No. But listen, man, good convo. Scam Chan. Absolutely. Let's do this again. I'll get to the next caller, brother. Appreciate you. Have a blessed one. So if you like that clip and you want to watch more, click right here. But if you want to watch the full episode, click right here.